So, y'all, I'm in my room, sleeping, minding my business, doing what I do best. And I wake up to this smell. Smells like something's burning. I jump up out of bed. I'm panicking, like, oh my God, where's that coming from? I get up, I run into the living room, like smelling around the living room. My cats are looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Smelling around the living room, like, what is that? What is that? Okay, it doesn't smell like that outside, like in the living space, nowhere else in the house. And I go, I'm like, it only smells like that in my room. So I'm like, damn, it must be coming from outside. So I turn my air conditioner off because I have a window AC in my room. And I look outside and it looks like dystopian hell. Smoke every fucking where, like all along the street. I can barely like see beyond the street sign, And like, what the fuck? And me, I don't got no clothes on. So I'm like, I'm looking around like out of every window, like, is somebody's house on fire? Is my house on fire? I don't think my house is on fire because I don't smell nothing else in the house. I'm looking around like at the different windows to see if like my neighbors on this side or on the other side. I finally look in the back window and my neighbor just to the side of me is burning trash. I'm assuming he's burning the leaves that the vines that have taken over his yard. I look again, like I said, all the smoke is coming from his side. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, what's happening? Like, it's in a backyard. It's not like the house. So I'm thinking, like, maybe he's like burning barbecue or some shit. Like, fuck, that shit is done. Like, throw some water on it. But I look a little closer and I see that there's no longer vines along the fence. And that's, all the stuff that piled up, the tree stuff or whatever, not trees, but vines and whatever had piled up is now gone. And so I'm like, this motherfucker is burning those fucking vines. He has to have been burning them for almost an hour because I've had to cut my air off and I can't turn it on or my whole house is going to smell like fucking smoke. Why can't you just throw in the trash like a normal person? I don't know what it is. Like in my neighborhood, it's in the city, but it's kind of like the country city. I live in Houston, Texas, so you'll find this. Like, you'll be in a neighborhood and it's like, even though nothing's modern about mine, but it'll be modern or whatever. And then you'll randomly see like a property with horses on it. Or you'll randomly hear chickens and goats and shit in people's backyard. Like behind me, there's they own horses behind me. Horses and goats and shit. Again, this is Texas, so, livestock and guns, that's what we're about. But anyway, so I am now currently, until I think he has some sort of machine that was burning it or something, because I don't hear anything anymore. I'm gonna have to go look out my window and check. But I have been sheltering in place. I can't go outside. I opened my door for a brief second and all the smoke tried to waft in. I didn't open the whole door, just the front door. Not the screen door. Or the, glass door. And so it's getting hot in here. And I don't want to turn on my air because I don't want my whole house to smell like burnt shit. I think he had to be burning other things other than leaves because people like to burn shit around here in the yard. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Like on any given day, you'll see a drum, burnt up to hell drum where niggas then burnt trash. Mexicans and niggas. Why do we do that? Why not just throw the shit in the trash? Why? I mean, y'all burning evidence? Like, if y'all burning evidence, I understand. But do that shit somewhere else. Shit. It's too hot to be up in here sheltered in place because I can't turn the AC on. look out the damn window, it look like Desert Storm or something. I don't know what that looks like. I'm just saying something. But anyway, so yeah, it's the plight of the day. In other news, I hear him talking outside. I feel like I want to get back into witchcraft more heavily. But not the way that I used to do it. I feel like if you've ever seen like witches online or whatever, it is a performance in a way. And it's not what I want. I feel like my practice was a little bit performative even for me. It wasn't. I wanted to feel like a reconnection, a daily reconnection with me and myself. And I want to feel in control of my own power. Do you get what I mean? So, one thing about witchcraft for me is that it felt like nothing was required. I sit at my altar and there's nothing required of me. I'm not required to do or be anything other than what I am in the moment. There's nobody telling me how I should live my life. There's no rules. I make up all the rules. There is no toxic masculine, insecure sky god telling me who and how I should be as a woman, which is ridiculous. There's none of those things. If anything, that was a reconnection with the divine feminine, the mother. And she always answered. She always answered. Still does. But the place that I'm in now, I feel like I have really, it's like I've been in a battle of whatever is changing in me and whatever's the same. And the stuff that's the same, or I won't say the same, but has a lack of information about me and a lot of parts that are hard to accept. That part had expectations for me and still does. And I don't really know how to navigate that, on what to do next, how to move next. And that's something to figure out. But I'm in more of a place now where I don't want to use witchcraft to get something, you know. That's what people mostly use witchcraft for, is to get something, to get a result. That's not my goal. The only result that I would be looking for is peace and a reconnection with myself. But I don't know what that looks like. The thing about being a witch and moving in your own magic is that it truly is all about what you want. And you have to decide what you want. And in truth, most of us don't know what the fuck we want, including myself. Sometimes I don't always know what I want. And I think I thought I knew for a long time, but I'm realizing I did not know what the hell I wanted. There's a little bit of devastation in that. It's like, I don't know what I should be doing or what I should want or should be, or any of those things. It's like for so long, this world, the way we think, way we move has been dictated by others. And all of a sudden, I'm like that. None of those things work for me. In fact, all of it has been extremely abusive to me in how I've saw myself, in how I've treated myself. Therefore, something must change. I've been feeling so sad all the time. And it's like, I know what it is, but I don't. I really don't know how to fix it. And all of the worldly fixes don't work, or I feel like wouldn't help very much. I haven't been back to therapy because it wasn't really helpful. I felt like I was in an extended doctor's appointment. Very impersonal, very sterile and methodical. And it's like I've been debating on whether I want to deal with anything because that takes a lot of energy for me. I'm just realizing I don't have, you know what else I realized? I have been borrowing energy from the future. I have been stealing energy from my future self, from future me. And so everything I do, I've been overdoing, trying to prove or do what's asked of me. And I'm just overdoing. And it's finally caught up with me. So all of the energy that I've been stealing from this version of me is now gone. I stole it all in my 20s. I'm 33. My birthday is actually coming up in November. I'll be 34 this year. And I am the most exhausted and tired and run down and sad and depleted in every shape or form of the way and angry than I've ever been in my life. And I don't know how to fix it. Straight up, I don't know how to fix it. But I do feel like there's an avenue that's opening up that I don't know what to do with. It's like someone gives you a new program and uploads it into your computer, but you don't know how to use it. You don't know what it's for. You don't know what you should be doing with it. The amount of energy that it would take to even play with it and figure it out is depleted and pretty much gone. You're working on 20%. And I could never get past that 20% mark every fucking day. Little things that I'm recognizing about myself that I do is interesting. It's fascinating of how I dispel agitated energy. And it's like, I get it, but I don't like how I do it, you know? I hope all that made sense. But anyway, I feel like I have to get back to witchcraft, to a connection with myself. I don't even know if it would be called witchcraft. I don't think it would even be called spirituality, because none of those things quite do. With witchcraft, there's no real expectation, so it's the closest thing I could call it. With spirituality, there's some expectations, and that's not what I mean. I don't know, but something's changing, and I don't know what it is. Whatever this change is, it's ruining my life now. Do you get what I mean? Like, if I'm supposed to be taking this energy and doing something else with it, I don't know what that something else is. So I'm just doing what I know. And that energy plus doing what I know is ruining my life. Do you get what I'm saying? It's disrupting something in my brain, in my body, in my energy that is consistently ruining me. So I feel like I don't know how to use it right. And it's like, I'm looking at the little things in my life and it's like, what is happening? Like, these little things that come up, these little inconveniences. It's like, I've had things like that happen before, but I've always been able to get past the hump. Now I'm totally confused. Like, why are these little things like nitpicking at me? Why are these things like colliding on top of each other, like problems on top? This problem causes this problem, and that problem causes this problem causes that problem, and it's just building slowly. And I feel totally overwhelmed, and I don't know what to do about it. And it's like a loop. It's not like a height, it is a loop. Like problems leaning on other problems, creating new problems. And it's a cycle that just goes around and round and round. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to break it. I don't even know what it is. I don't know how to use my brain differently. If I try to mesh my brain with how things work in the world, it doesn't work. It's like every simulation I run to try to fix the problem all ends in, I feel like I feel like I'm Doctor Strange, looking at the millions of different timelines on how to defeat Thanos, and every single one ends in failure. And he found one timeline where everything works out. I haven't found that one timeline yet. Everything ends in failure. So the only thing I can do is go off of little inferences or little inklings of, I need to do this more, but it needs to be different. You know what I mean? Like that, like with witchcraft. I don't know what any of that means. But the stress is really getting to me. It's fine. It's getting to me now. I feel like over the years I've had a strength, I've had a hope that just wouldn't go away. And it's still kind of there, but what I'm going through now, it does not equal to what's happening in me. I'm at a loss, you know what I mean? And I'm also, great summer. Happy for you. But it's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, summer needs to be over. And it's been cooling down. This year in Texas has shocked the shit out of me. I don't know, maybe because we had such crazy hurricanes last year. I'm assuming. I noticed that. Does anybody else notice that? People who live in the South, when you have crazy hurricanes, it affects the stuff the next year. So like 2 or 3 years before, it was stupid hot. And I mean stupid hot. I'm talking about one year it was 100 degrees starting at the end of May, in June, and it lasted all the way through September. We had so many days of 100-degree weather. And this year, I think we only got to 100 degrees maybe twice, which is actually normal for years and years before. But last year, we had crazy tornadoes. We had crazy hurricanes. We had a hurricane hit here that, which I got lucky. I still had air conditioning. I still had lights. I don't know how I got that lucky. My whole fucking neighborhood was black except for a few streets, and I just so happened to be on those said few streets. Don't know how that happened, but I got really lucky. And everybody in my neighborhood, well, not everybody, lots of people in my neighborhood had no lights. My mother had no lights. They had to come stay here for a week. The actual hurricane itself wasn't as bad as all of the outages that it caused, like drastic outages. And we had that tornado thing that blew through here. I'm gonna get off, but that was scary. That was scary as fuck. I got home from work. I'm like, why is everybody tripping over this little rain? I'm thinking it's like a little rain coming through. I didn't hear her tornado. I didn't hear a tornado. Y'all. I'm like, it's a sunny day. Nothing's happening. Forgetting that I live in Houston, Texas, where things change. It could be, 60 degrees in the morning, 100 degrees in the middle of the day, 89 degrees at evening time, and 100 degrees at night. Like we live in chaos city, snowing in the morning and hot as shit in the evening. But anyway, it was like about 5 o'clock, and then the stuff. I'm like, oh shit. My retarded ass brought in my regular trash can, but not in my recyclable one. So all this shit blew everywhere. Got into my house. Soon as I got into my house, the wind whipped through this fucking city like crazy. It felt like a spirit. And I felt the spirit whip through this bitch like crazy. There was no tornadoes touchdown in my specific area, but it was tornadoes all over Houston. All over Houston, into all different parts. And on every single street, a tree was knocked down. But somehow, no trees hit the houses. I had 2 trees. I had 3. One was dead. One was alive, but leaning on the dead. And the other one is still standing. The dead one fell. The live one fell on top of the dead one. And the other one just managed to be okay. I got help getting that out the yard. Thank you to the help that helped me get that out of my yard. But yeah, fallen trees all over, split in half. The lightning and shit struck one tree, split it in 3 different ways. The ones close to the park near me, everything was fucked up. And then this year, we barely had temperatures over 100 degrees. It's amazing how Mother Nature is. How she can see a problem, fix it in her own way, and then set the tone. Like, people think like global warming is just this downward hill thing. I mean, for some things it is, like for glaciers and stuff it is. But for places like coastal places, the reason why we see such chaotic hurricanes is because the earth is trying to reset all the pollution. It clears out and whenever the hurricanes and shit come, the air is so fucking clear. The water is crystal clear. Like, anybody who goes to Galveston knows it's a mud hole. It's a sandbar mud hole. And seeing your feet is damn near impossible in it. But after a hurricane, you can actually see an outline of your feet in the water. There are even times it was clear to the bottom. Not clear like, other places, but clear. Where I can see my feet clearly in the bottom of the water. That's crazy. And that's all due to Mother Nature cleaning up after her stupid ass children. So this year wasn't as hot, and I'm hoping that it won't be as cold either. I have a plan this year though. This year, I'm gonna get one of those. I don't care what I have to do to get it. I'm gonna get one of those heating things that cats can have outside. Like, they have these little houses where you can put heating pads inside of them. And but I'm gonna have it inside though for my cats, so they'll have a warm place to go. Because the only reason why I run the heater outside of my room is because of them. But if there was no them, there would be no heater except for the one in my room, And so I'm going to get them a little cat house where they can go into and have it to be able to be close so they can be warm and have their own space, just like I have mine. And because my cats don't like to be cold. I can have, they truly Southern cats. Right now, there's no air conditioning in the house. It's got to be about, in my room, it may be about 80. In the living room, it may be about 85, 87, 86, something like that. They like that. Even when it's 90 degrees in there, they love that. The reason why I know is because they have their own room where they go, where their litter is and all that. I put the air on for them to go in when it's too hot. Do you think they go in there? No. They said it was like 100 degrees one day. I'm just gonna go to work. I'm gonna leave the air conditioner on and so they can have somewhere to cool off. Do you think they moved from that spot that they were in when I left? I know they get up eventually to go shit. Do you think they stayed in that cool room? No. They were in the hot house where it's 100 degrees. Well, it wasn't 100 degrees, but hot house. They like this shit. When it starts to get cold, that's when they lose their fucking minds. When it gets cold, they want to hide under everything. They don't know how to handle cold. Like once it starts getting 60 degrees, they're going to be like, oh, so cold. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So I have southern cats who like the heat. Cats generally love heat, but their love for heat is different. They just built different, okay? They like 90-degree rooms, apparently. Even when I leave air conditioners on in other rooms. They won't go in there. So anyway, that was a long rant. But I just feel like I need to talk. Yeah. Love you. Bye.